Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And as always, a new month means a new Gunpla schedule. We begin on August the 8th with the long-awaited Gundam Leopard, which can finally become ours for 2,420 yen, 15 US. And for that price, it comes with quite the arsenal. The chest opens up to reveal 2 chest gatlings, the right shoulder opens up to reveal 11 large missiles, the knees can open up to reveal 2 Hornet missiles, a beam knife is stored on the right leg, an optional 4-tube missile launcher can be attached to the left leg, a 6-tube sliding grenade launcher is attached to the right arm, and then as the pièce de résistance, we've got the inner arm gatling, which can either be stored on the backpack or slide over the left arm. And when it's over the arm, the elbow has a special extension mechanism to give it more articulation than you would expect from such a bulky, unwieldy thing. So you can actually put it in quite some dynamic poses. Action base not included. On August the 29th then, we are getting 3 quote-unquote new kits. For 1,430 yen, 9 US, there is the entry-grade RX-78-2 and the entry-grade Strike Gundam, and for 1,760 yen, 11 US, there is the entry-grade Wing Gundam. But all of these are so-called ukiyo-e package versions. What this means is that the kit itself is identical, but we're now getting a slide of ukiyo-e inspired marking stickers and box art that is equally inspired by those ukiyo-e. For the RX-78-2, there is Mount Fuji with Sakura. For the Strike, there's a winter landscape with falling leaves, and for the Wing Gundam, appropriately, there is a bird. It's kinda crazy that these things got standard releases and weren't released as some kind of limited edition, but yeah, that's it for this month's Gunpla schedule. But yeah, for some new Gundam news then, we can look forward to the Tokyo Toy Show 2026. It'll be held on August 29th and 30th, and Bandai announced that they'll be unveiling some new information surrounding the RG project and their Hololive collaboration, amongst other things. So I really wonder what all of those things are gonna be, and maybe we'll finally figure out what the RG in the RG project stands for. And talking about RGs, at around the same time, Bandai also unveiled the real grades that are part of the second round of their RG Selected Re-Release Project 2026 Summer, which ironically enough can be shortened to RG Project. And continuing with the Gunpla news, the Master Grade Heavy Arms Custom Endless Waltz version is getting a premium Bandai restock in June of 2027, thanks to the premium Bandai Gunpla General Election 2026, and we got the August opening hours of the Gundam Café food truck, which is located next to the life-size Unicorn Gundam statue, so I also wouldn't be surprised if these August opening hours are its final opening hours. With the Unicorn Gundam, well, with the Unicorn Gundam statue being closed down at the end of the month, I wouldn't be surprised that the Gundam food truck, the Gundam Café food truck, vanishes alongside it, because based on the stuff that it's selling, it is very much tied to the Unicorn Gundam statue. This would then also mean that the last remnants of the Gundam Café vanish. A sad moment indeed. But kinda to go out with a last huzzah, I guess, they're running one final campaign. If you get the Gundam Café image drink, you'll also get a random social media card featuring Quattro, Garma, Benager, Hathaway, Shiro, or Amuro in Gundam Café inspired clothing, which are illustrations that were made for a previous event thing they had going on. And I also gotta give 2 quick Gunpla related corrections for last week's Gundam news. The Witch from Mercury X Gunpla campaign does not give out acrylic stands, but clear stands, which are a bit cheaper, and I made a miscalculation for the price of the Gundam-based limited Akatsuki, Zeus, and option part set. When calculating how bad of a deal it is, I accidentally used the price with tax for the Gundam base set and the price without tax for the retail set. That is just how they appeared on the official websites for me. So with the recalculation done, it's still a bad deal and it's still a scummy move, it's just a slightly less bad deal. For some better news then, we go to Hathaway's Flash. For all of us who haven't been able to watch The Sorcery of Nymph Circe in cinemas, they have finally announced when the movie will start streaming. On August 31st, it'll become available on Netflix, and for those living in Japan, it'll be on Prime Video. Also, apparently this week, the movie premiered in Europe at a random anime convention in Germany. And almost nobody knew about it, so that's fantastic. Thank you, Reddit user Nyanko Sensei, for being one of the few people who did know about that. Next up, the figure news. Continuing from last week, the Metal Robot Spirits Zagok Gundam Seed Freedom version and Cavalier Aifrid have gone up for pre-order on Premium Bandai, meaning that we got some new promotional images as well as all of their information. Granted, we did basically already know everything there was to know about them from the live stream, but anyways. The Zagok goes for 20,900 yen, 132 US, and comes complete with a damaged head part, the choice between normal claws and superheated claws, and of course its trusty X-Wing. The X-Wing comes with beam effect parts, and you can choose to have it either attached to the back of the Zagok or to have it flying around by itself, which you can do with the included action base. Gimmicks then include a lot of die-cast parts for the joints, a movable mono-eye, and several parts where you can see the Infinite Justice Type 2 parts. Combining it with the Cavalier Aifrid then will set you back 18,700 yen, 118 US. Just like with the Zagok, it is a nicely detailed figure with a lot of markings, and of course also a lot of moving parts, like for example, opening missile pods. It also comes with its own action base, and if you prefer, you can also display the Cavalier without the Zagok. I wonder if we're also going to get a Metal Robot Spirit Strike Rouge in the future, which will then be compatible with the Cavalier. The normal Robot Spirit Strike Rouge is not advertised as being compatible, by the way, but I guess it could be, because like Robot Spirits and Metal Robot Spirits are kind of the same size, so yeah. Anyways, both the Zagok and the Cavalier are slated for a December release, making for a fantastic Christmas present. And we're actually getting quite a bit more in December, like the Gundam Universe Strike Freedom Gundam Renewal version. Just as with all of the previous Renewal versions, this new version is slightly more expensive, clocking in at 4,400 yen, 28 US, but manages to offer us a lot more. Not only are the proportions significantly better, but it also comes with more accessories. We are now getting 3 sets of hands, 2 beam sabers with beam saber blade effect parts, 2 beam rifles that unfortunately don't look like they can be combined as they should be able to, and an action base connector part. This unfortunately means that the Dragoons cannot be removed. So for the Strike Freedom, these accessories might still feel a bit lacking, but keep in mind, this is an improvement over the old figure. And on top of that, the fact that the railguns can be deployed without parts forming is listed as a feature. At the same time, you'll also be able to gacha for its arch nemesis, with the Mobile Suit Mechanical Bust number 10 Destiny Gundam. One spin will set you back 500 yen, around 3 US, and you will get one of 3 sets. There is the armor set in standard colors, the armor set in phase shift down colors, and then the internal set, which also comes with light up effect parts. So keep in mind that for a full figure, you will at least need 2 pulls. For something a bit more floofy then, we've got these Gundam 00 Chibi Nui plushie keychains, releasing through Premium Bandai and Shop Nui. For 2,200 yen, 14 US, you can grab an adorable Setsuna, Lock-On, Alleluia, Tierra, and Graham, which you can then pair with this bigger Gundam 00 Haro plushie. It is about 20 centimeters in diameter, and this should be, according to the description, about the same size as the actual Haro. And this thing will set you back 3,520 yen, 22 US. And then finally for the figures, slated for a March release, is the re-release of the Robot Spirit Zeong, Char Custom, Zeong Standard Version, Acguy, and Gok. So in March, you'll be able to launch your very own preemptive strike on Jaburo. And now for something completely different. Slated for a November release is the Premium Bandai Limited SD Command Chronicles G Arms Edition Mission Box number 1. It goes for 7,000 yen, 44 US, and comes with 40 cards, an 8-page booklet, and a special box that you can store everything in. And if I'm reading this correctly, the 40 included cards take their base design from older cards, but they've been upgraded and modernized a little bit, and they're now also holographic. Also, the fact that it's called Mission Box number 1 suggests that we're also going to at least get a Mission Box number 2. Meanwhile, on the gaming front then, in Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the Gotter Laton has joined the fray, while on Steam the Unicorn Gundam Hyper Mega Launcher has become available. In the global version of UC Engage, there was a new event unit assembly for the UR Sohi Haim and her UR Kapul, as well as a new Battle Rush EX event and a new Total War event, and as the Gundam G Generation Eternal is once again celebrating reaching number 1 on certain storefronts. Once again, giving everyone 3,000 diamonds. And just today, they also got special panel missions to celebrate the finale of the life-size Unicorn Gundam. Completing the missions will get you the SSR Unicorn Gundam version TWC Final, which is the Unicorn Gundam in its new and final livery. In other news then, the 3rd episode of Gundam X's YouTube show has gone live and is linked down below. Tickets to the Sound of Gundam have gone up for pre-order, and we got some new promotional images for the Order Hunt and Wedge of Interlude limited edition Blu-ray and DVD box set. People ordering the set through the Aeon store will also get this set of 20 illustration cards, and people ordering it through Animate will get these McGillis and Gaelio mini acrylic stands. As for the things you could get this week then, on August the 1st, these Purinui plushie keychain local Haros were released and are available in Gundam bases throughout Japan. There's a Tokyo version inspired by the night view of the Tokyo Bay, a Fukuoka version inspired by Mentaiko rice, and an Hokkaido version that is not so much inspired by a melon as it is a melon. And they go for 1,760 yen each, 11 US. And what also became available on August the 1st is all of this Gundam Seed Climax related merchandise, which you can get at a pop-up shop that will be setting up shop in 3 different locations. From the 1st until the 9th, it is in front of Akihabara's famous Rajio Kaikan, and from the 11th until the 23rd, it'll be in Osaka's Tsutaya Ebisubashi and Aichi's Tsutaya bookstore Noritake Shinmachi. And there is a bunch of stuff that they're selling, like a keychain in the form of the big button you've got to press on the pachinko machine, a keychain that makes a sound, or sounds, regular acrylic stands, big acrylic stands, massive acrylic stands featuring either the Freedom or the Justice Gundam with their meteors, Aurora art, A5 clear panels, various t-shirts, one of which includes Azrael for some reason, character acrylic art cards, mobile suit acrylic art cards, desktop mats, keychains, a mug, and Emma keychains. Emma as in the wooden wishing things, and not Emma, the character from Zeta Gundam. Plus, for every 3,000 yen you spend, you'll also get a free random sticker. And yeah, what really caught my attention was Azrael being featured on quite a bit of the merchandise here, for the preservation of our blue and pure profit. Because remember, as I alluded to earlier, Gundam Seed Climax isn't some kind of Gundam Seed side story or video game that you forgot about or missed. It's a Gundam Seed pachinko machine. And as a side note, because it's like the newest Gundam pachinko machine, I figured why not try it out and go to a pachinko parlor for the first time ever. Let me tell you, I am really glad that I no longer have epilepsy, because man, that thing had a lot of flashing lights. And it got even worse when I tried the railgun machine. For some more non-gambling then, you could hit up the arcades on the 6th for these Gundam prize items. There's a Zeong head-shaped speaker, which doubles as both a nice display piece and a speaker, and the Gundam Unicorn Bust Sensor Light Unicorn Gundam Unit 2 Banshee Destroy Mode. The bust has a sensor, and when you walk in front of it, the psycho frame lights up. For this week's reading material then, there was the 22nd volume of Gundam Forward, featuring the 08th MS team and various tips and tricks on how to make your Gunpla more realistic, and Chapter 7-1 of Frontiers and Glory Days, and Chapter 39 of the Battle Tales of Flanagan Boone have both been released for free online and are linked down below. In Japanese, of course. And also from Flanagan Boone, Volume 7 of the Tankobon has been released and features quite the horrific cover. I mean, this is something that we've gotten used to with the Battle Tales of Flanagan Boone. It is quite the nightmarish manga. Plus, it was also announced that on September 30th, the Tyrant Sword of Neophalia side story will be bundled and released as one single book for 2,200 yen, 14 US. This reprint has been made through high-quality scans and is available through Yodobashi Camera and the Hobby Japan online store. For this week's apparel news then, it wasn't a lot, but we did get some really cool stuff. Released in physical Strict G stores on August 1st are these two Gundam X t-shirts inspired by classical Japanese art. They go for 6,600 yen a piece, 42 US, and you can get a navy blue one with the Gundam X Divider and a black one with the Gundam Versago. And what's also really cool is that if you put them next to each other, it looks like they're charging at each other. And that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.